I don't want my father a part of my wedding. I've been with my BF for almost 6 years and I think he's planning to propose soon. He is my best friend and we've grown together so much over the years. Being with him just feels like peace. When we first started dating, my father and I were dealing with a rocky relationship. I was a daddy's girl growing up, but as I got older and grew into my adult years I started realizing how controlling he has been over my life. And he doesn't really care to get to know who I am now as an adult because it's not what he wants for me. In fact, he constantly reminds me how much he misses me in pigtails and princess PJs. But I don't think he couldn't even tell you what I do for a living now. Anyways, when my BF and I started dating, my dad was not respectful to my relationship. He still tried setting me up with people from his church, questioning what I saw in him and even telling family members behind my back we would never last, let alone get married. I moved out of state with my partner 2 years into dating and distanced myself quite a bit from my father. Anytime I would attempt to set boundaries or share how things he has said or done have hurt me, with support from my therapist at the time, he would snap and start screaming at me that I can't tell him he hurt me because I guess I hurt him. Why? Literally still can't figure it out, except that he can't control me anymore and he doesn't like that. I decided I was tired of arguing with him and being screamed and cussed at, so for years I just stopped fighting. I put on a mask the few times a year I do see him and we pretend like everything in our relationship is fine even though we both know we don't get along anymore. Fast forward and I'm still with the man my father claimed I would never marry. My father remarried and seems to have made a whole new life with his new wife and stepsons and doesn't have a problem excluding me or my biological siblings in his life. My BF and I visited their house for Thanksgiving and I noticed all the photos of my dad and his new family and only one photo of me and my siblings, which is a photo I gifted my dad a few Christmases ago. This stung. It just confirmed the actions I've seen from him and the feelings I have felt. While my BF and I are talking about a wedding, I'm struggling with the excitement. I have so much anxiety about how my dad will react or what he will say. I'm nervous about my wedding too because it will not be religious in the way he wants, and the last thing I want to worry about on my wedding day is my father's approval. Not to mention I don't really want anyone there who hasn't supported me and my boyfriend. In 6 years my dad hasn't reached out to my BF or attempted to have a relationship with him at all. Even when I talk to my dad it's like he ignores that I'm even in a relationship. My girlfriend's dad denies my existence. First off, I'm a 28-year female dating a 24-year female, and in almost every respect, things have gone great between us. That is, until recently, when my GF's emotionally abusive alcoholic father, who was barely a part of her life when she was younger, started having health problems and decided he wanted to reconnect with her. She was hesitant to do so at first but got to talking with him occasionally. I haven't had any involvement in the conversations. The thing that irritates me, though, is how homophobic he seems to be. He apparently is determined that my GF is going to wind up with some cowboy, he's from Texas, BTW, and refuses to accept that she's dating a woman. Anytime she mentions she's in a relationship, he'll basically say, "No you're not," and if she mentions having a GF, he'll say, "No you don't," and laugh it off. This irritates my GF and especially irritates me. I know I should be happy she's reconnecting with her dad, but if we get married and he's still alive when it happens, things would be very uncomfortable, and my GF had pointed this out before. I want her to be happy, and I know it isn't all about me, but it's frustrating having him pretend I don't exist and am not an important part of his daughter's life. I stink really bad. Like really bad. I'm not overweight, I have some sweating issue and I can't help it. I wear deodorant and perfume but it doesn't help. My forearms and knees literally sweat. I even sweat when I'm cold. My doctor said it's from anxiety, but didn't give me a solution. I stink really bad. I go on first dates and the dudes ask me to go take a shower. If I get a second date offer, I'm asked to shower first. I literally shower and sweat the minute after. I smell so bad, I don't know of a solution. I ask my family if I stink and they say no just to be nice. One day I went to the dentist and was asked politely to shower first the next time I come back. And I ride in Ubers to get groceries and I'm sure they smell me and I'm scared they're going to ban me. I sweat like crazy. I can't help it. Cry while masturbating. I've, 29F, been single by choice for a year. Being single is wonderful but sometimes I get lonely. Before, I used to be able to get rid of the need by masturbating. But lately, I just start crying when I masturbate. There's a deep well of loneliness in my chest and the tears start to flow. Is this normal? What is going on? I got scammed. So, guys, you won't believe what happened when I tried to buy a car last week. It's like something out of a movie, but unfortunately, it was all too real. I found this amazing deal online for a sleek, almost brand new car. The price was unbelievably low, and the pictures made it look like a steal. Red flags, right? But I was so excited that I let my guard down. I contacted the seller, who claimed to be overseas but assured me that he had a trusted third party handling the sale. He sent me all these official-looking documents, including a contract and what appeared to be a legitimate invoice. It seemed legit, you know? The whole thing felt like a well-thought-out operation. So, long story short, I wired the money, and the car was supposedly on its way. Days passed, and nothing. No updates, no tracking information, nothing. That's when it hit me, I've been scammed. Frustration doesn't even begin to cover what I felt. I decided to take matters into my own hands. I reported the incident to the local authorities and filed a complaint with the online platform where I found a listing. I also reached out to my bank to see if there was any way to trace the funds. Days turned into a week, and just when I was losing hope, I got a call from the police. They had tracked down the scammer's location, and it turned out he was part of a larger scam operation. They were able to freeze the funds in the scammer's account, and with the evidence gathered, they were building a case against the whole group. It didn't end there, though. I had to go through the process of getting my money back from the bank, and it took some time. They were thorough in their investigation, but eventually, I got a full refund.